niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge!
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Ihr seid Feiglinge! Verreiter, Versager!
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich.
Die Generalität ist das Geschmeiß des deutschen Volkes! Sie nennen sich Generale!
If you haven't heard about radical honesty, in my opinion, this is one of the most practical and effective modality for just being happy. It sounds simple, but it is really effective. Now, radical honesty is not entirely about brutal honesty. Your work sucks. You are an asshole for doing that. Those things can be a part of radical honesty, but the more important practice about radical honesty is to describe what you feel inside your body to people around you. Things such as, I notice I'm worrying about what you're thinking of me after I share this idea. I notice I'm feeling angry right now because I feel like whatever I say you won't listen to me. And there's also their classic practice, expressing resentment and appreciation. It looks a little bit like, I resent you for saying I look like giraffe 5 years ago. What about you? You look like a porcupine. Oh, wait, okay. It's about me, so let me get back to myself. I resent you for saying I look like a giraffe. I know it sounds a bit weird, but 2 thoughts on this. It works very well if it's done right, because oftentimes what gets people stuck is not so much about the logic. Like mentally, we know what to do. We want to talk to people, we want to forgive, be in harmony. But what gets people stuck is that emotion that is going on inside. It is almost like, you know, I really want to care and love you, but inside I just feel like slapping you. I know the way I acted out isn't the most realistic, but it's typically filled with anger, tears, and just a lot of emotions. And when all this thing comes and passes, you have those powerful transformation. People who never spoke to each other, spoken. People let go of things, they're able to truly forgive. Now, for me, when I first read the book, I was just like,
the prophecy is true.
But at the same time, I also find that it's gonna be very hard for me to follow through on my own. So I did what every sane, logical person would do. I signed up for their online course and wake up at 2 a.m. to attend the course. Hey, sorry, what sleep? Haven't heard of that. Can you eat it? And that got me to really practice it in my life. But the motto of radical honesty is that it works very well, most of the time. So I will share with you times that it has worked really well for me, and I'll share with you also the times where it didn't work well for me and it feels like you are stuck in this rut, you don't know what to do, you know, kind of just having a quarter-life crisis or something like that. Yeah, nothing too big, just life crisis. Now, here are the times that it worked for me. That I have a teammate in which I would always feel that he would overpower the conversation and whatever he says, he needs to be right all the time. And so because radical honesty, I bring up this point to him, and that's when he just tell me that, oh no, you know, like, it's just a strength of character of mine. I like to really defend my idea. And after that, somehow something clicked for me. I'm able to have a debate with him a lot better, and somehow I just don't feel like he's putting down people already. Like, nothing changed in him, but I changed. And there's also this other time where I've spoken to my life coach in which I feel he is not coming from empty and listening to what I'm saying. And we also get to work on that, and we get a better coaching relationship after that. And there's also this another time where I told the team which I play games together that, you know, I feel like I'm being useless, I'm just dragging the team down, and I kind of break down saying all this thing, but it was pretty cool. Like, afterward, we addressed all these things. I stopped joining them for this gaming session, but we maintained a very good relationship afterward. And the pressure and the stress with me is just kind of lifted. So my lessons for me is that most of the time it worked out so well that I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how willing, how open, and how kind or caring people are. And the other piece is also surprised me how resilient people is. Because, you know, sometimes we have the tendency to just go like, nah, I don't really want to say that, it may hurt people's feelings, things like that. But people took a lot of the things I say very well. Like, they shifted, they adjusted it, and overall we just have a way better relationship, friendship, or working relationship together. And the final part is that it also helped me to really minimize that voice in the head, the voice that says, this thing I want to say, it doesn't matter that much, you need to say it. And I also did the whole resentment thing. I have this one friend, we were ex-business partners, and we used to trigger one another no matter what we say. Like, he would get agitated at me, I would be irritated by him. And I've done all the work that I can do, right? I did inner child work, forgiveness work, I meditated with it, I have a conversation with him, I did an empty chat. But somehow, when he do some things or say some words, I still... Until I actually called him up and say, let's do a Zoom call for me to like express all this resentment. It went something like this. I resent you for saying either I'll be a success or I'll be a complete absolute failure. Any idea why is our son yelling into the computer? Yeah, no idea. I think quarantine got the best of him. But the beauty is that once I did it, only like once, I would be able to look at him and I'm like, what a beautiful soul. And I'll wrap this session by paraphrasing a quote that they are saying. Forgiveness is the state reached when resentment has fully been expressed and the accompanying bodily sensation has come and gone. This sentence is so wise that after I say it, I feel like I've grown a 10-centimeter beard. But there's many times in which I want to be honest and I couldn't. Like there's this time in which I feel the team is not aligned, but I didn't do that because I wasn't leading. And there's also this other time I wanted to throw a joke out, but I thought it's offensive. So yeah, the list goes on and I'm very much a work in progress. Now we'll talk about the times where it didn't work. So there was this one time that I was chatting with a friend of mine and I realized I like a girl. Radical honesty means expressing what you feel inside you all the time to people, including attraction. And my first thought was just like,
why the shit did I decide to sign up for this course?
And how it went was,
nope.
But yeah, I do feel very bad for a while. Don't ask how long. So the other time when it didn't work was when I expressed the resentment and I think the other party wasn't as ready for it. So I set the context with him, we got the agreement, but it went something like, I resent. Why are you repeating your resentment a few times? I feel it already. Okay, well, you see, the reason we express resentment, as stated earlier, is about me getting over the sensations in my body. Okay? I kind of just want to go to the washroom and go off, Bye. What? The truth of how it looks like is that it was a very emotionally charged experience. There's anger, there's more tears, there's sadness. Right now, looking back, I would say the truth is more about how he is not very comfortable with emotions. He is not raised in an upbringing where people express their emotion. So it's very difficult for him to stay even though he wanted to. So that is probably what happened. It was stopped halfway. It was radically uncomfortable, deeply unsettling when it was just stopped halfway after there's all this bottled anger left halfway through. But we did talk about it after that and we were able to come to terms and now I'm able to have a more intimate and better conversation with him now. And so here's my thoughts when it comes to practicing radical honesty. My first thought is that the support structure will be incredibly important because it is all like rainbows and unicorn when it works really well. But times when it doesn't work well, that's when having someone to support can be really helpful. And personally, I would also recommend for you to not only read the book, but to speak to someone who have done it or to actually attend the course so that you know how it is like at the level of intensity where it's supposed to be done. Like you get to experience it one time in your body and that's when you're able to do it effectively. Although I do know friends who have just done it like without going through the course at all. He read the book and got his whole family to start practicing it and his family turned around 180 degrees. Everyone is in a better state. So yeah, that may work too. I also say it differs from family to peer group because in my case, some of them, they are like, you're brainwashed by these radical honesty people. Where got people express resentment and talk like that? Hi. And moving forward, will I always do radical honesty? Yeah, it will be as best as my capability to express what I feel inside all the time. Does it frees me, liberates me, creates better well-being for the team? But will I always do radical honesty in a way that I go to people and go, I resent you for saying that sentence? Probably not. It feels a little bit out of the context. And I also find that there's a lot of other modalities that could work with this sensation in our body, and it doesn't necessarily rely on people outside of you to do that. Although I would say that if you can set up a family and a team to be able to do and have that kind of space where you express all your resentment, appreciation, everything that you feel all the time, I think that's going to be a very effective team. So that's it for this video. If you like it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.